Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Socorro. Today is October 17th, 2024. And I guess I decided to jump. um, I know you guys are very pissed off at me because you guys are thinking that I'm not doing enough or whatever, or I should be doing it another way. And up until like 2 years ago, I didn't know anything about magic, witches, um, tarot, everything. And I started because I was sick. I was going quadriplegic. And as my body started giving out, my limbs would give out. I couldn't work. So I ended up homeless and on the street. Um, and I never thought that would happen to me. But that experience has left me with this mark in my soul for all these people. Because it's a lot of hard work. A lot of them don't have vehicles, and just to get water sometimes is a big chore. Um, so people start getting dehydrated and getting sick in a lot of different ways. And then there's so much crime out there. Even if you don't use drugs, you want to use drugs so you can stay up and watch your back because people die out here. People die and nobody does nothing about it. Nobody investigates, nobody, nothing. They just pick up the body and go on. Excuse me. It's my kitty. um, but that's not what I came to talk about. I came to talk about God. God is a real living being, entity, however you want to say it, but He is alive and breathing in each and every one of us. His spark lights us up. His spark gives us hope, passion, faith, sometimes, strength, courage, all the things that we think we don't have. And so while I was homeless, it it was a lot of work, and I realized that people that knew I was homeless, like my family or whatever, like uh, they didn't care, whatever. Um, like I said, everybody was getting killed down at the river. And then, so I decided to go and stay at the apartments where I used to live, where my mom owns, in the back, like nobody was going to see my tent back there. And my mom was telling me that I had to get out of there. And I told her, you know what, you're going to have to call the cops on me for me to leave because I'm not going to go back to the river just because. What? Who's gonna say anything here? Nobody's gonna see me here in the back. And anyway, so I just started finding out all kinds of things. I started realizing that people were following me. And anyway, around that time is when I got my first apartment, through the Hopwell program. And it was in October of 2020. Yeah, 20, I think, 2021. Right? Anyway, so I lived there for a while, but you know, it's like that saying that says that whatever your enemy uses to try to take you down, God will use it to raise you up. And I was given I was given HIV on purpose by my ex boyfriends and all the people who are coming against me right now, thinking, that they would make me sick or whatever. I don't know why they did it, but anyway, so what ended up, they wanted to curse me with, God used it as a blessing because through HIV is how I got the apartment, through the HOPO program that helps people with HIV so they're not on the streets and so they're more stable. Anyway, so that's just a short little glimpse of the stuff that God does for you. And so most of my life, I could remember things like even special dates, like like if you would say, I'll never forget this day, I couldn't remember none of it. If you would ask me a question, I couldn't even remember people. I would see people that I went to school with, and they would say, oh, hi, at the store, whatever. Excuse me. There's my other kitty. Excuse me. And, and I couldn't remember who they were, their names or anything. And they would say, it's me, and I felt so bad because, um, like they really thought they knew me, but I couldn't remember from Jack. And I used to say, like, I'm sorry, I have a lot of sisters. Maybe you're mistaken with one of my sisters. And, you know, and I don't know. So that kept happening more frequently. And I realized that something was really, you know, wrong with me basically. But, all through that, like once I started getting sick and I knew that that I might not be able to take care of myself, because like I said, I was going quadriplegic, so I couldn't walk. Sometimes I couldn't use my arms. I couldn't comb my hair. Um, I couldn't shower. Use the restroom sometimes. Like I needed help or whatever. Or it would take me a long, long time. And so what I want to say is, so after I started remembering, I started remembering all these different incidences is where God helped me. And where He saved my life, like miracles. Um, Around where I live, there's a pass called Pacheco Pass, right? And it's like one of the most dangerous roads. It used to be called Blood Alley, and because how many people would die because it was like a dangerous curvy road, people going up and downhill, whatever. And anyway, so one night I'm driving to the casino late at night, and I'm grabbing. I went in my purse beside me to get a cigarette, and by the time I got the cigarette and I started looking back at where I was going, the car in front of me just jerked, like like if he was dodging something from the road. So I just followed. You know what I mean? I didn't want to hit whatever he was trying to dodge. And he pulled over and I pulled over after, and then he ran by my car and he said, "Call 911. I'm a doctor." And when I turned around, lo and behold, on the island, there was a Cadillac that was on the divider, and it was just teetering. It was just teetering like this, and the lady was passed out on in the driver's seat, and that really, at the time, I thought like, wow, that lady's lucky. Whoa, no, not realizing that that car was gonna hit me, and I mean, it was gonna hit me like dead on. And because it was coming down and it was going fast, and until I told the story a few times, I didn't realize that how did that car stop? If it was coming down 70 miles, maybe 80 miles an hour, how did that car stop on the divider instead of going all the way through the other lanes, right? It was like somebody just put their finger on the car and just set it down right before it went over and it would have hit me. Another time I was going up Highway 17 and in the middle of the night too, my car just died. And as I pulled over, two cops went by, and I guess they called another cop, and so another cop came right away because they had seen me pull over, and the cop said, "You are so lucky that your car broke down, ma'am." He's all, if your car wouldn't have broke down, you would have been in a collision accident up the highway a little bit. He's all, and there was like 3 or 4 fatalities or something like that. He told me, and my car was running fine, so many times. And I don't know why I doubt everything he tells me. Like, it comes down to just me not feeling worthy, I guess, worthy of being this divine being, because I've been through the ringer. I've been in and out of jail. I've been on drugs for a long time. I've been raped and abused. Domestic violence. I've been in and out of prison. And people have abused me in lots of different ways and still are now. And I've never felt strong enough to stick up for myself. not strong enough. I want to say I wasn't worth it, I guess, because I knew if I ever brought up sexual harassment at work, or because they would lay me off or whatever, that it was going to be my reputation on the line, and people were going to make it a point to tell my dirty little secrets, I guess is what I want to say. But all in all, God has always been there for me, and I really started believing in Him when I was like 30 something years old, when I had my third child. But until then, I was it was very vague. And now, as I've been remembering, as I look back at all the stuff that has happened, you know, I'm lucky to be alive. I'm grateful to be alive. And today, I understand that it's okay just to be me. That's all I need to be, is just me. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye bye.